Brothers and sisters of the motherland, and all who trace their roots to Africa. Today, we ask a question that cuts deep into our political conscience. Africa's borrowed democracy. Is it true governance or just an illusion? For decades, we have celebrated elections, parties, ballot boxes, and parliaments as the symbols of modern Africa. We have held them up as a proof that we are civilized, that we belong to the global order, that we are democratic. But underneath the celebrations, the fireworks, and the speeches lies a troubling reality. This democracy is not Africa's own. It is a system borrowed, imported, imposed, and sold to us as the only path to freedom. Yet, we must ask ourselves, if a system is borrowed, does it ever truly belong to you? If a cloth is sewn for another body, will it ever fit you perfectly? And if a political system is imposed without roots in African traditions, can it ever deliver true justice, unity, and development for Africans? Today, let us take a journey through history, through the present, and into the future. Let us examine whether Africa's democracy is governance or illusion.
Strength of Africa TV presents.
We march with flags the colonies left, but with the chains of power bereft. Ballot boxes, promise made, yet our true voice is still betrayed. Our roots were strong, our counsels true, but foreign hands withdrew the view. A cloth that doesn't fit our skin, we struggle still to breathe within. Africa rise, claim your name, no more chains. In democracy's game, our own path, our voices lead. Africa's hands will sow the seed.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on where you are at this moment. I still remain your host, Adebayo Oladokun, and this is Strength of Africa TV, where truth meets courage, where the past is reawakened and the future of the motherland is reclaimed. Today's episode is titled Beyond Western Models, Authentic African Democracy. Africa's democratic system, as we know it today, did not grow from Africa's soil. It was borrowed from Europe, particularly from former colonial powers, who left Africa with new flags, but the same structures of control. When the Europeans finally lowered their flags, they handed Africa a political package, multi-party democracy, constitutions copied from European models, and institutions built to reflect foreign systems. It was not an organic growth, but a ready-made blueprint. But let us remember, Africa had governance systems long before Europe arrived. African societies practiced council governance, eldership rule, village consensus, and rotational leadership. In the Ashanti Kingdom, in the Igbo village republics, in the Shona councils, and among the Somali clans, decision-making was based on dialogue, accountability, and a deep sense of community responsibility. Our systems were imperfect, but they were ours. They were rooted in African culture, African values, and African realities. But colonialism dismantled them and replaced them with foreign systems that did not speak our language. Today, Africa hosts elections every 4 or 5 years. We line up at polling stations, cast our ballots, and wait for results. On paper, this looks like democracy. But let us ask, is it true governance or just a performance? Elections have become a game of numbers, not a quest for justice. Parties are often not built on ideologies, but on tribal loyalties and ethnic divisions. Politicians promise change, but once elected, many serve themselves and their foreign sponsors, not the people. Foreign observers arrive to monitor our elections. They decide whether our democracy is credible or fraudulent. But why should foreigners be the judges of Africa's governance? Is that true independence, or is it an extension of colonial control? Democracy has been reduced to ballot boxes and empty speeches. While poverty, corruption, and underdevelopment continue to strangle our people, is that democracy, or is it a beautiful mask hiding an ugly reality? Africa's borrowed democracy has caused us unity, progress, and stability. Look at the wars and violence that erupt after elections. Kenya in 2007, Ivory Coast in 2010, Zimbabwe, Nigeria, and many others have seen bloodshed when democracy fails to deliver justice. Instead of healing, democracy has sometimes deepened our wounds. Our parliaments are expensive, our politicians are rich, but our people remain poor. Foreign donors fund political parties and civil societies, meaning our democracy is not financed by Africans, but controlled from outside. Worse still, democracy has turned leadership into a competition for foreign approval rather than a sacred duty to serve the people. A leader is called democratic not because he serves his nation, but because he serves foreign interests. Let us imagine if Africa reclaimed our governance systems. Imagine if we wove together the best of our indigenous systems with modern ideas to create a truly African model of democracy, a system rooted in consensus, where elders, youth, women, and traditional leaders all have a voice, a system that values responsibility over empty rights, community over individualism, service over self-enrichment. Africa does not need to copy the West to be legitimate. Africa needs to be authentic to be strong. Our governance must reflect our cultures, our languages, our values, and our history. The question then remains, how do we break free from this borrowed system? First, we must reclaim our minds. Africans must stop believing that only Western democracy can bring freedom. Our ancestors governed themselves without foreign blueprints. So can we. Second, we must rewrite our constitutions to reflect African realities. They must not be copies of European documents, but living instruments built for Africa's diversity and needs. Third, we must build leadership that is accountable not to foreign donors or foreign observers, but to African people. True governance begins when the people become the measuring stick, not the West. And finally, we must teach our children that Africa's future cannot be borrowed. It must be created, it must be owned and protected by Africans themselves. My brothers and sisters, democracy as we practice it today in Africa is a borrowed garment. It looks good from afar, but it does not fit our body. We struggle to walk in it. We struggle to breathe in it. And sometimes it tears apart under pressure of our realities. True governance is not about borrowing systems. It's about rooting our politics in our culture, our values, and our dreams. It's about building a system that serves the people, not foreign interests. Today, let us reflect deeply. Are we free or are we still in chains? Only this time, chains made of ballot papers, political parties, and foreign approval? Until Africa creates our own path of governance, we may continue to live in the illusion of democracy, but not the reality of true freedom. The choice is ours, governance or illusion, freedom or facade, African destiny or foreign blueprints. Let history remember us not as a people who borrowed their future, but as a people who built it with their own hands. I still remain your host, Adebayo Oladokun, and this has been Strength of Africa TV production. If you found value in this conversation, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Deezer. Watch out for the next episode. You don't want to miss it. Until then, tell your own story, because Africa's future is written in African ink. Stay rooted, stay bold, stay African. Thank you for watching, and bye for now. See you in the next episode.
We march with flags the colonies left, but with the chains of power bereft. But our boxes promise made, yet our true voice is still betrayed. Our roots were strong, our counsels true, but foreign hands withdrew the view. A cloth that doesn't fit our skin, we struggle still to breathe within. Africa rise, claim your name, no more chains, and democracy's game our own path.